So you're paying off the mortgage while you're working down the line of credit. Did you go get a second job? Did somebody hear me say I went and picked up a second job to save 22 months on my house payments and to eliminate I didn't hear me say you had to go pick up a second job. Right? Okay. So no, this is about using the income you have. You're already wasting time away from your families just because you do have to go to work. But why would we go get a second job when we have children at home that we want to see and enjoy? Why would we want to go deliver pizzas at night when we don't have to? Why would you do that? That is a demon that would tell you, hey, you need to forget you have kids. You need to work your overtime on your first job. Then you need to go ahead and pick you up a second job. And by golly, let's do some Uber late at night. And by the time you're done working and just to pay off this stupid debt, guess what? Your kids are grown like mine were. Because I was out working 7/12s on some jobs, trying to make the money to get the debt under control, having no idea what I was doing. I'm just being a good little girl. I'm paying my payments. I'm feeding my children that I never get to see. And you know what? I was in just as much debt after the 12-hour shift as I was when I went in that day because I didn't know how to use my money. Okay? It's not about extra work. And of course, extra income is going to make this go faster. I'm totally into it if you're into it. But my kids were grown by the time I figured this out. And I don't want you to miss your kids growing up. That's very painful when you get older and you realize, well, they're out on their own. I at least fed them. That's not fair. That's not fair. Okay. Let me go to this scenario. This person has a very good income. I won't even tell their income yet, so you don't get mad because I'm showing it, but this is one of my average clients. So some people make decent money and they're still broke. So the debt is, what do they have? They have 2 mortgages. Yes, they do. So we've got a couple here that have 2 mortgages. And we're going to see how we can help them. Maybe. Okay, so one mortgage is a balance of $388,891. They have a value of $490 or $490,000. HELOC works. Let's talk about that first. When you have a value on your home at whatever, and depending upon your state, we're going to do 80%. Some go 90%. But let's take 490,000 times 80%. That's 392. So $392,000. This would be the loan to value. But remember, this person owes $389,000 on their home. So there wouldn't be much value in a HELOC for this person because there's not going to be a large line available. 389,000. So that means they would be able to get a line of about 30,000 approximately. Okay. So this was an 80% loan to value of the 490. The more their percent is in their state, which some, like I said, is up to 89%, you would have a larger line. So if this is your scenario, this is kind of how you figure out how much you would be able to get in a line of credit. So let's imagine for a minute that they want to move into the first lien HELOC and they want to know what it would look like for a payoff, because this is a 30-year mortgage, okay? And this is at a 5.25% interest rate. Now, we've already gone over all of this, so if you didn't catch the first of the video, please go back and watch it on YouTube, okay? So let's say that they say, hey, you know what? I think I can move this whole amount that I owe into a line of credit. Let's see what this looks like. So they owe $389,000. So $389,000 is their balance on their mortgage at the 5.25%, and that's the amortized. Remember, it's going to be over 100%. Actually, pull up the calculator, check it out. So they're making $2,352 per month in payments. Now, this does include their property taxes and insurance. Okay, so you have to calculate that in. And so their actual payment, it may be about 18, probably 1900 is what actually goes to the home loan. This includes their property taxes and insurance. Okay, so 1900 is going towards their home. Then they have some other debt here. Let's see what they've got. They've got some credit cards. They've got a small debt here of $2,517. That's got $114 payment per month. Now, the $389,000, they are going to pay that off into an 8 off the mortgage, okay? So they're paying it off and putting it into a line of credit at 8%. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're going from a 5.25 to an 8%. That's insanity. Why would you even do that? Well, let's just see what the numbers look like. All right, so we're going to take their income. I'm ready to show that now. Maybe. So their income is $13,500 per month.